Like you hear, like when we're young, right? You hear somebody describe a kid who doesn't talk a lot and doesn't act like the class clown, doesn't act like a buffoon, as he's quiet.
Right.
And it's like, I will never call someone quiet again.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There's so much going on in
Yeah.
that kid's mind that's not allowing him to be a kid.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, like, none of what we're doing is natural by any means, right? Like the idea of school in general, of being a child and like having to sit down for 8 hours straight every day is just, you know, it's completely absurd and like human evolution perspective, right? I mean, humans have been evolving for 40,000 years, and only in the last 100 have kids even been in school,
right? Yeah. And I guess what I'm saying is like with kids, you know, you never know what a personality. We develop our personalities. It's like, oh, he's a introvert. He's a quiet person. It's just like, he's probably battling depression since he was in middle school. You know what I mean? Like, or she has been. You know, it's like, you know, very rarely do you just like. Are you just super chill and you don't say nothing? You're all put together. Like, I'm good, man.
It's interesting.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's really interesting. I remember, so when I was in middle school, like, Columbine was still like fresh.
Yeah, 97, right? 99. It's probably 99.
I don't
right?
remember.
Yeah,
but it was still like a topic of conversation.
Yeah,
right. And like I remember, like if you were a kid having mental health issues, people would think Columbine.
Right.
They wouldn't think like depression, anxiety. No,
that's
like,
it, dude.
It's ridiculous, but that's
and
really
these
what
kids
people
struggle
thought.
with mental health, and you're like, oh God,
yeah,
this is what mental health is. You shoot up schools.
Yeah, exactly. So like the conversation has really shifted.
Yeah, it really has. Good point.
Yeah.
Dang, man, that is crazy though.
Yeah.
Like that was like the first time I heard about it.
Yeah, like people were like scared of like the quiet kids, right?
Right.
Or if they were like a little socially awkward and quiet, they'd be like the Columbine kid. You know, it's like it was completely absurd.
They didn't realize that it's a spectrum, right?
Yeah.
I mean, obviously those kids had a lot of stuff that they were dealing with.
Yeah.
You know. But yeah, I remember that there was a kid in our school right when that shit happened. When I was in middle school, and he was like, "Oh yeah, well I'll just shoot the school up too." It just made a side comment to some idiot that he was talking shit to at lunch.
Right.
They took it so seriously, and he was like a rough kid.
Yeah.
So they're like, "Oh man, he's gonna shoot the school up." So it was like overreaction.
Yeah.
To that when it should have been more of a conversation.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, hey, let's start with a conversation.
Yeah.
They expelled him.
No way.
Yeah, they expelled him for like a week or something like that for that type of a threat.
Right.
It's like, oh man, like I look back at some of the kids I went to school with back in Stanley, North Carolina, small town, like 2,500 people.
Right.
And I'm like, man, they just didn't get a fair shake at life at all.
Yeah.
You know, not at all.